All right, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Sharif and Friends. It's Orlando Magic Association on NBA 2K14. We're doing quite well for ourselves, 21-7 officially, and I think that's good enough for the top of the NBA right now. Number one in the power ranking, number one in the conference. So doing quite well. And we've only lost one. Oh, no, we have lost 2 games this month, but we've done extremely well in this month's games. So hoping to finish strong here. It looks like we'll be playing the Jazz, skip over Minnesota, and probably play the Knicks. And then might get to Phoenix. I'm trying to think here. How many other games would we have? Oh, goodness. Yeah, we might get to that point because it looks like there's not too many. It looks like there's not too many big games for the next one. It looks like it'd be like the Wizards and the Rockets. So we could breeze through January pretty quick after on another stream. So. Let's do the Jazz. We just played them. I forget kind of how that worked out. Oh, we are away, so it's good to use the black pinstripes. Maybe I just kind of want to see. All right. I don't have much in the way of... I don't mind those, but yeah, I think I'm probably just going to use the regular black pinstripes. As far as the Jazz are concerned, I could use the old school ones, but realistically, I always like those too. But realistically, I was a really big fan of these jerseys, so I will poo. I'm too used to playing my Switch most of the time, so sometimes I hit B thinking it's A. There we go.
Thanks so much for tuning into the NBA here on 2K Sports. It's Wednesday night basketball. It'll be the Orlando Magic facing off against the Utah Jazz. And without any further...
Yeah, we got it.
Welcome and happy holidays from 2K Sports. It's time for NBA
Bring this
action
up just a
with
little
Steve
bit.
Kerr and Clark Kellogg. This is Kevin Harlan. Now a chance to check out tonight's starting lineups.
Hey, Jack, what's up?
What are we gonna be looking for
Damn,
this
Van
one?
Exel, Anderson, Scottie Pippen, Derek Coleman, and Tyrone Hill. It's a pretty good starting lineup. Also, seeing Pippen in a Jazz uniform, I probably mentioned that the last time because he probably played last game too, but Pippen in a Jazz uniform feels wrong.
It doesn't matter. When he's hot, he stays hot.
Looking back to the last matchup between
Oh!
the two teams, it was Orlando.
Oh my God, how could you go so slow, Timmy? How could he do that? I took a nap earlier, and I completely forgot that Elimination Chamber was a thing, which is fine because it's not like there's anything. There's not a whole lot worth caring too much about.
Hill, off target at the rim. For the Orlando Magic, they come in off a good outing against the Brooklyn Nets.
There we go.
It was an emphatic win for them, especially considering that it was on the road. No question, by the way, that it was their offense that carried them.
Steve, I love the way they attacked at every opportunity. They never were on their heels, and eventually that allowed them to pull away.
So the Orlando Magic able to put the first points.
Jesus, Sharif. Can you keep on your man a little bit?
It's stolen by Duncan. And up the court come the Magic on the break. Bibby with
Oh, damn it.
by Van Exel. And they're pushing it up.
I got it.
Makes the lead pass. Coleman, the pass to Pippen.
Van Exel's like 6-0. He's not going to try to dunk over 6'6" Penny Hardaway.
Anderson outside. The pass to Van Exel.
Those jerseys are the 90s in a nutshell. I don't know. Maybe I'm just biased because I grew up with these, but both of these jersey sets are like my favorites for both teams. The black pinstripes for the Magic, and then the Mountain Range Jazz uniforms. Like I said, there's probably some bias there, considering this is what I grew up on as a kid.
See early on here how coaches
I'm gonna have to like redo some of the Dornas here, because after a few years, some of these things are gonna start. Some of these Dornas, you see Sharp. Let's see, is Sharp still? Oh, is Sharp still around? Nope.
Already his second foul.
Hey Tom, how's it going?
Getting into very serious foul trouble early in this game.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
Ah.
And his free throws
All right,
are
I'll take
only
that.
going in at about a 72% rate this season. Not a terrible number, but something that could definitely improve.
You know, his free throw percentage has dropped this year, but not really enough to raise any red
The
flags
Bud Lights
or
are
become
a
alarm
thing.
about.
Southtown Auto Mall, Foot Locker. Now I'm trying to look at the Dornas going, what is outdated at this point? You know, we're coming into 2001 in this game. I definitely need like some PT Cruiser Dornas. I think that was like, that had to have been 2001, right? Damn. There you go.
And Duncan lays it in. Duncan's got 5.
What year am I in? I'm right at the end of 2000, going into 2001.
Hustle play on the putback by
I
him.
like how they have the... By the way, if you look at the top left corner, you can see the cheerleaders that are just hanging out way in the background, like way down the hall. I think it's kind of funny. I don't know why they're... something must have... Because see, it's in the top right over there. There's a couple of them just hanging out way in the back there. It seems like they're supposed to be further in, but just aren't because of, I don't know, just something with the arena, I guess. Because, yeah, there's like the little, I don't know.
Anderson outside. And there's the feed to Pippen. Back to Anderson. Down to 5 on the shot clock.
Nope.
Van Exel.
Nope. Nope.
No luck.
He just couldn't shake loose. He had the defender draped all over him.
And he got the foul and won. Jesus. I just saw, I didn't even realize there was a thing, but I just saw the videos of people going crazy over toilet paper. It's I don't understand why people are dealing, or out of all the things that people could panic and get, toilet paper.
Magic leading by 4. He kicks to Bibby.
It's like, I think I'm pretty good on toilet paper. I'm glad I went and got some
Here's Alston. Collects the
not too long ago, because I don't think I'd want to fist fight people in the aisleways.
Defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
No, it's probably going to remain NBC, at least for a little bit. I definitely have more. I definitely have a handful of more scoreboards. I don't know when I'll change it. End of 2000 is prime PS2 ads. Oh, yeah.
He dishes it to Jackson.
I remember, you know what? End of 2001 is going to be fun. I'll have to make some like GTA 3 ads, because that's when they really went ham on the GTA ads. Because I remember it was towards the end of 2001, beginning of 2002, when I was watching good old WWF, and right around that time, right around holiday season 2001, you're just inundated, just saturated with GTA 3 and Final Fantasy X X2 ads. It's just so many. I distinctly remember those two because there was so much. I'll have to put like game show ads on there too. The Weakest Link, Tuesdays at 9 on NBC. Monday nights on Fox, it's Greed. And that Kingdom Hearts ad, yep. You lend me some toilet paper. Dude, I saw videos of people going to Costco and just filling like 2 full shopping carts of toilet paper. It's like, why? Why is there 2 full? Why do you have 2 full shopping carts of toilet paper and no food?
of course, Utah, 5 games behind.
Checking out Utah, they've been solid this year. I mean,
Do you
they've got
know
to
an
be pretty
Amazon hand
pleased with how
sanitizer
things
is
have worked out for them
$60
so
for
far.
24
Well, Clark,
little
I think
bottles?
coming
That sounds
into
about
this,
right.
everybody thought they would be pretty good, but,
I think someone had mentioned it's like, listen, you can hand sanitizers like super sold out, but all it literally takes is just getting some like hand soap. Like just get a bar of soap and you're fine. Like
Lewis, left side.
there's because it's yeah, someone was mentioning is like just like bar soap is gonna do just as well as hand sanitizer. It's gonna kill maybe slightly less germs, but yeah. Survivor on CBS. Target, everyone had TP in their carts. God, I'm so glad I just got toilet paper like less than a week ago, because it couldn't have happened at a better time. Why people wouldn't get non-perishable food items is beyond me, which is fine, because I got a bunch of noodles. Not because of coronavirus scare, but because I'm lazy. Oh, you're stocking up on dry noodles. Oh, you fearful of the illness? Nah, I'm just lazy as sin. Big Show was Chuck in 2009. Oh boy. Hey, he just booted that ball. I love that. I want to see that again. I want to watch him just punt that ball. He had it. He had it. Drop. Oh, damn it. Hang on. Drop. Bam. He kind of hit it with his knee. Glad it went where it did. That would have easily taken off someone's head and at courtside.
First in scoring, second in assists, and they're the number 2 field goal percentage team in the league. This is a team that
you know what?
really
Oh, you know what? Yeah, there would have been. Oh, Jesus. Would have gotten some of the wacky TNN shows that were on at the time.
They get great looks, and they'll also score in transition.
And UPN shows.
Utah the rebound.
I wish there was like a UPN basketball scoreboard. It's like, all right, catch the NBA, and afterwards it's Battle Dome.
Brown dishes to Lewis. Backing him down. And here's Alston.
Oh. There you go.
And off the glass. That one's good. Alston's got his second basket of the night.
I don't know what's
We're
happening.
going to Mesa use a couple dozen rest stops. If you manage to dodge that virus, you're heading to Vegas and making some bets. If I come back from if I come back from WrestleMania weekend, all good. I think I should probably get some lottery tickets.
Some nice ball movement by the Magic.
What?
By Harris.
God damn it! I even saw the ding, like the pang of light that let me know that I did well.
Magic will gain possession.
I tell you what, wandering aimlessly out of bounds like that might earn him a ticket to the bench.
Tim Duncan, he's checked in for Horace Grant. The Magic have gotten 8 of their 13 shots to find the bottom of the bucket. Back to Brown. Kicks to Duncan. So the whistle blows on the shot.
They'll just stand there with your hands up, bud.
And this is his second trip to the line in the game. First free throw is good. And the Jazz making a change here.
Nope. Coleman.
And Duncan drops them both.
Perfect.
19 seconds left to play.
Oh, there you go. 100 pack of Band-Aids for $5.85 on Amazon. Get yourself some Band-Aids. That's how you prepare for this virus, is toilet paper and Band-Aids.
Passes to Coleman. No good on that last second attempt there. And we reached the end of the first quarter. Magic
Thought
lead
Tim
by
Duncan
6.
had hair in the early
And we'll be
2000s.
back
Probably.
in just a moment with the start of the second quarter.
He was probably bald when he was a rookie. Maybe. might have had a shaved head when he was a rookie, and that just stuck around on this. I should probably look if I can change that and put hair on him, because that was probably one of the more disappointing things when Kobe was introduced into this. Well, he was a rookie when we started this, but yeah, rookie Kobe was bald, and I was really hoping for Afro Kobe.
And we're ready to get going once more. The players having a chance to have a short break and get some rest themselves and get refueled and hydrated.
Trying to move my mic.
More terrific basketball in studios tonight.
You know what's insane to me is the fact that I probably spent the last week and a half, almost 2 weeks, trying to find a copy of 2 Point Hospital, like a physical copy. I'm at a point where I'll probably just get a download download for it on the eShop. Oh yeah, he can't really shoot from here, can he? Nope. He was more ball handles than shooting.
Puts it up from 15. Tim Duncan with the rebound.
Hey, there we go.
Duncan's got his 4th rebound in this one. Brown outside.
There you go. Ah, damn it. Use the Fro Duncan cyberface. Yeah, I think I need to find that. I just need to look into the files a little bit and find where it's at in Red MC. I haven't opened up Red MC in a while because haven't had to move and change files around much, so I just gotta get in there and get that figured out.
Terrific rebound and slam on the putback. He never gives up, always persistently pursuing the pumpkin.
And that's an essential.
Come on, make him pay for the loose defense. Shit. Moon Factory 4 is fantastic. You haven't seen physical copy of 2 Point anywhere. Yeah, because for a little bit it was because I really want to get it on Best Buy, because I still have 2 months left on my GCU until that's gone forever, and I was really hoping over the course of 2 years that anyone was gonna offer something close to that, and I guess it makes sense that there isn't. So I want to try to eke out that last little bit. So I'm definitely going to use I'm definitely going to use it on definitely going to use it on Assassin's Creed, Animal Crossing. But I wanted to use it on a couple of other games. I might still do that once it turns May, once it gets pretty close to that. Yeah. If I had known that it was going away, I would have spent the money to add an additional 6 years to it. I know that there were people who literally bought 3 of those things towards the I think they spent $90 and he got 6 years of GCU. There are some people who will have that until 2023. And I literally bought it 2 months before it got discontinued. I'm like, shit, I didn't know I could buy multiples of those. I probably would have made better use of it. Yeah, that's very obvious goaltending there.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
But yeah, I've literally looked everywhere to try to find 2 Point. I might just do Rune Factory. I don't know about Rune Factory. I'll probably get it. It's one of those things that I want a game kind of like that, but I also feel like if I get 2 games that are going to take a lot of time out of my day, I'm going to neglect one of them, because it always happens. The Grizzlies in Memphis or Vancouver in 2000? Well, they were in Vancouver in 96 when I started this, and I'm not moving them, so they're going to stay in Vancouver as far as I'm concerned. Just like how the Sonics are still in this, and they're going to stay the Sonics, probably beyond 2008. I feel like if I'm going to move anybody, I might move New Orleans, considering Yeah, Charlotte's still the Hornets. I put in the Pelicans because I needed a 30th team. But if I change anyone, it'll probably be them, and put in like the Thunder. You think he can make it? There you go.
Now it's a 5-point Magic lead.
You can't leave him alone, especially from long range.
I should get Super Mario Maker 2. I was thinking about getting it when it first came out, and I never got around to it. And right now it's got like a sale, which first-party Nintendo titles hardly ever go on sale, and it's $40 right now. So with my GCU, that's what, $32. I should probably get it now, because I just saw someone who was talking about like how much fun the game could be if you don't want to make your own levels, and people are saying they've put a lot of hours into it, and there's like a 100-level story mode even if you're not interested in making your own levels. And that's on top of that's just going into like the official stuff, not even getting into, you know, the things that, you know, other people make. Ah, come on. Is tonight just this game or others as well? Yeah, I'll probably be playing something else. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll probably end up playing some 2K5. Because I did the intro to 2K5. And I got the itch. I want to play at least one game, if not two. I want to test out the new, because I've tested out the new rosters a little bit, and it's interesting. But yeah, I'd like to play a little bit more of that. Hey, there you go. Oh, god damn it. Oh, and it's Padgett. He's not going to make it. Sharif's got it. Sharif doesn't have it. What? All right. What do we got? ISO. Come on, Penny. Beat your man. Whoops. Try it again. Ah, come on.
Obviously, they're evenly matched teams on the inside. The rebound numbers are very even.
Yeah, I've been impressed with just both teams' energy.
It really, Penny really has his days where he'll do extremely well, and then he'll do kind of
Jackson's got 5.
In the first, he had trouble hitting with any consistency, but here in the second, he's turned it around.
Oh.
Here's the 3.
You know what old game, if they re-released, I would probably spend too much money on to get a a new version of for the Switch? Reciteer. I feel like I would absolutely spend money on that game, despite the fact that I think it's like 10 plus years old. If they re-released it on the Switch, I'd probably pay like 20. And they're just like, yeah, we re-released Reciteer. It's $20. Here you go. There we go. Because I had one of my friends try to get me into Moonlighter, and I just wasn't into it when I saw videos of it. Because you know, they said, oh well, it's like Reciteer. It's like a spiritual successor. And the stuff that I read about it was like, oh yeah, it's got really good dungeon crawling, but it's got really crappy shot mechanics. So it's like the opposite of Reciteer. It was really good shot mechanics, but kind of crappy dungeon crawling. But that's one of the things I really like about Reciteer, though. So I'm like, well, that's the one thing I can forgive is the awful dungeon crawling mechanics. If you're telling me that that's just the part of Stream That Princess. Oh god, I forgot about that. I haven't played that yet. I need to do that. I need to see how well that works. I had been playing I've been playing Supercross 3, and I realized how bad I am at Supercross games.
In terms of field goal percentage, he is taking quality shot after
The one thing I'll
quality
give
shot.
the game, though, is that they really figured out a lot of the frame rate issues that plagued the first two games. Because I'd just seen videos of it, and it ran like shit. But Supercross 3 actually runs really well. Milestone might have actually started to figure out how to develop for the Switch. Unfortunately, I'm still bad at those games.
Many problems for them in the third. And another game going on. The Sonics in a hard-fought game against the Miami Heat. Second half of basketball just getting started for them. And to look now at the rest of the action from around the NBA. The Indiana Pacers right now trailing the Suns out in Phoenix. Things are pretty close out there in the third quarter of action. And that'll be all for this episode. It's in the books. I'm all done reading. Thanks so much for watching, and enjoy the second half.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't worry too much about about that game either. About trying to get more games with Animal Crossing being so close. Because I think it's either tomorrow or Tuesday. I think it's tomorrow that they're coming out with the digital edition of Talisman. And I kind of want to get that because I think it's not going to be too pricey. As far as I remember, I think it's supposed to be a fairly reasonable price. All things considered.
Just couldn't get it to fall.
But Steve, they'll take that play all day long, 10 times out of 10. That was good action. And now we've got a moment to
There you
see
go.
how
Just
the Jazz
drive
are
in on
doing
him. It's
ranking-wise,
good.
Kevin. Fourth and lowest turnover in the game. Fifth in steals. And they are in the top third of the league in assists. With the quality of players they have, you thought they might be better there, but not bad.
To me, offense is all about
I think
getting
next
good
season I'm
shots,
going to have to
and you
figure out a
can't
way.
get good shots unless you're taking
I'm going to have to trade out Bibby because there's no way he's going to be able to stay on this team.
I mean, that's impressive.
I think there's just too much money involved in Duncan, Sharif, and Penny.
Back to
Shit.
Pippen. Nice ball movement by Utah. Coleman, the pass to Anderson. Feeds it to Pippen.
I also had an idea in my head.
Kicks it to Van
I don't know if I'm going to do it.
That falls. Nice feed that time.
Where-
Scottie Pippen. And extra 16.
Sorry.
Wide open
I don't know
three.
why my throat's
They
all
need much better
full of
communication
garbage today. Where it's just kind of like, because for a couple of times, we don't do it too often, where I just kind of am done streaming and then just like, I'm done playing games. We'll just hang out for like half an hour and just
That's the kind of
chat about
aggressive and
whatever.
assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
No question.
And I thought about what if I did combine that into something that doesn't require like a ton of thought process. And I usually, when it comes to something like that, I usually play Minecraft. I put a lot of hours into my Switch version.
And Anderson kicks to Van Exel. Coleman, the pass to
I thought about what if I just combine those two. Just chatting game trailer stream.
The Jazz have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. He's off on the first.
But yeah, I was like, yeah, maybe if I combined it with
And he misses the second
with
one
something
as well,
else.
So he is 0 for 2 that time. Magic leading by 5.
I used to do that way back when way back when I was on a wrestling podcast network. me and my podcast host. This is like, holy shit. This is probably 8-9 years ago at this point. There'd be times where we would just hang out on like the live stream. And there was a couple times where we literally just sat in a Minecraft world and just built stuff. But it was all audio, so you couldn't actually see us doing anything. We were just talking and building shit. I think we got in a little bit of trouble with that. It's like, no one can see when you actually do something. The network takes.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will.
There we
Something's
go.
off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
Back to Bibby.
Yeah, those are
Outside
some
out away.
days.
Releases.
Back when we were hipsters and we watched NXT before it was popular, man.
Into a putback jam. Beautiful work.
Those are the types of plays that put them in front in this game.
I think I still have the audio of that stuff.
Magic leading by 6.
Talking about new up-and-comers like Big E Langston
Duncan left side.
and his 5 gimmick and Bo Dallas.
Rebound, Utah. Hill's got 7 rebounds in the game. Anderson right side.
I don't know why. I still keep a lot of that old stuff. I still keep a lot of my old backyard wrestling stuff.
Anderson fires the
That's
three.
just embarrassing to watch sometimes. Because I remember back when we were doing it, it was just a bunch of us just being douchey. Oh my God.
Anderson.
Yeah, Dolph Ziggler's little brother. Oh my God.
Fast break with a monster slam.
That's what I used to do towards the end of every podcast episode. Was I read an excerpt like 4 or 5 pages from Briley Pierce's book. I actually bought like I think he wrote like 3 books, and I think I bought 2 of them. I actually bought a physical copy of like his first book. I'm pretty sure I still have it. I'm guessing you're around middle 30s. I am 29, sir. I will be 30 here in a few months.
Standings out east all night. We are in December. You look at Orlando. They've been in peak form as we've watched them play some tremendous
I'm not ashamed to say I'm 29.
And of course, there's
Although
the
there are a lot of times where, even at this point in my life, I make noises as I stand up and sit down. Just, it's like, oh God, this is how old I feel already.
Status, Clark, as one of the favorites for the NBA title this season. I mean, there's no easy way out against this club.
There you
on a
go.
nightly basis.
What?
They're
Oh, son of a bitch.
execute, they're well coached. That's why they are who they are.
That's as green can get.
And here is Van Exel. 18 points for him.
I did everything right. I did nothing wrong.
Coleman. He's guarded by Nalon. Shot clock at 5. The
Ah,
offensive
damn
rebound.
it.
The second chance.
Damn it.
Count it.
Damn it.
Foul. Tim Duncan picks one.
Oh, I
Well, this
suck.
quarter has gone awfully well for him. It seems like every chance he's gotten, he's pretty much converted.
Like a bear claw coming down. Yeah.
Van Exel no good on the free throw. Orlando's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime.
It's kind of interesting. I actually just talked to both him and Tom pretty recently because I hadn't talked to. I've had like short conversations. I think through like Facebook Messenger occasionally, but yeah, there was a point where we actually like we actually like sat down and actually had a voice conversation. This is probably the first time it's happened in like 4 or 5 years.
That's pretty nice.
And yeah, it's like I hadn't talked to Tom either, and it's not like any bad reasons. It's just like we just both kind of were doing our own thing. But yeah, it was a lot of fun, and it was just one of the. It was kind of funny because towards the early part of the conversation, he was talking. He's like, "Yeah, I haven't really seen much of Tom. You know, we haven't really kept up on anything on social media. He didn't post a ton of stuff on social media for a while." He's like. But he's like, I've been able to kind of see you grow, Tyler, for the last like 5 years or so, and anytime I see you post in that time, I just kind of I tell one of my other friends, I'm like, I think Tyler's become a massive weeb.
Shot clock at 6.
I'm like, yeah. Most of my shit I post about is about anime and Japanese wrestling. He's like, I think he's become a massive weeb. I'm like, I mean, yeah, I did just go to Japan back in November, and yeah, if you look on my timeline, it's literally this morning I posted and retweeted like 2 different things about the Stardom show last night. So yeah, he took a big left turn. He found a point in his life, and This is the decisions that he's made.
They're sharing the ball. They're moving. They're really getting a good flow. to
Person
their
is this
offense.
other person
And as a
doing, yeah.
result, they're finding pretty high percentage shots almost every possession.
It's also a bit of a meme. I think I get too into watching certain people's content
Again, the
just
miss
for
by Jackson.
comedic value.
Magic leading by 6.
Oh shit! No, we can't give it to Shamgod.
Orlando moving the ball.
All right.
Brown.
Dude, I was gonna have a conniption if he managed to miss that.
It's a specialty of his, especially in catch and shoot situations.
Yeah, you're exactly right. He's a very skilled catch-and-shoot type of player. I mean, it adds a dangerous element to his game that he can make that jump shot.
Outside Jackson.
But yeah, it's like
Tried to come right back with the
it
three of
was.
his own, but it's
It was one of the things. One of the people who works on his D&D podcast with him.
shoots a three.
I forgot that's Shamgod again.
Second shot opportunity, and that's
She was very jealous that I had
they got on this roll.
that I had gone to Japan. And I'm actually, you know what I'm surprised about when I was looking on Google Flights was the fact that prices haven't like crashed on going to places like that. Then again, I didn't see specifically China, but yeah, it doesn't look too much different trying to go to Japan.
Think about stretching the defense a little bit, like they did in the first half. I mean, stretching the defense makes it easier to score inside too.
6-second
Nope.
difference between shot and game clock. Hill pulls it in.
Figured he'd be able to just power his way
Hill's
through it.
got
I
rebound
guess
number
not.
9 now. What an effort here tonight. He feeds it to Van Exel. He passes to Jackson.
Something you don't want to say in general public these days.
It goes.
Once big summer events get canceled, there would be a drop. Okay.
Just ducked in for the
I
layup.
went to Japan.
Terrific job.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Magic lead by 7.
I think I've mentioned it before on my
Get
stream,
ready for the fourth quarter
but
action when we return.
yeah, there were a fair bit of people who went who when I came back from Japan in November, they asked me if I had met someone or I was bringing a wife home, because it's not super uncommon at the post office for there to be 50 and 60-year-old guys with 30-year-old ex-wives who also now work there. I wish it was super rare, but literally, like I know and talk to like at least a couple of them who are just like, yeah, they're 50 plus and they have at least, you know, I will say it's generally not Japanese. They're not like Japanese. They're usually Filipino or Brazilian.
They've got Hill. Anderson is out there.
But nonetheless.
Then there's Pippen, and it's Coleman in at the 4. That's the group right now for Utah.
Damn it.
And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line.
Let's holding
Try to
to
make it a
try to
three-point
kickstart the
play.
industry again, yeah.
Now, slight
I know there's been a lot of talk about whether or not they'll cancel the Olympics or not.
They're on the right side of the ledger, and that is all that matters to
Which,
them right now.
either way, I'm glad I bought some of the memorabilia that I did when I was there. I'm also glad I went to Japan in November before all this happened.
Utah again with the bucket.
But yeah, they were asking me like, oh, god damn it, I'm a dummy. There you go, go, haul ass down the court. They're not watching you. Oh, that was the wrong person. I meant to throw it to Penny. But yeah, I was like, it's Japan. They have a higher standard of people. I spent enough time in Tokyo to find very attractive people, but there are also very attractive men too. There's not going to be a whole host of Tokyo women who are ready to go after some pale, pudgy postal worker from the Midwest. Oh, god damn it. Going to Japan in June, nothing short of a flat-out travel ban will stop you. I hope for the best. Yeah. That's one of the things I'm really afraid of, too, because one of the biggest reasons why I'm even going to be in Tampa for WrestleMania weekend is for the Tokyo Joshi Pro Show. And I'm just sitting here going, when are they going to have a travel ban? When are they just going to shut shut down traveling. Are they even going to allow them to show up and do the show? I spent $100 on my ticket.
Well, they're now +5 in the rebound category.
I
Really
don't.
controlling the glass.
And rebounding is one of those
I think that's the first time I ever actually bought insurance on a ticket, on a plane ticket, because I'm like, well, you know what? I should probably have this just in case so I can get reimbursed.
Unable to defend against Duncan.
11 rebounds and a pair
Plans a
of blocks
bucket
to
list
go along
trip.
with those.
Kid wants to go.
Anytime they've
Only
needed
sleep
it,
in one of them tubes if we do. I mean, hell, that's what we did.
The Jazz making a
We
switch
spent all but 2 days of the 12-day trip at the in the capsule hotels. Of course, they were nice capsule hotels. They weren't like, because you can find like the real tube-like capsule hotels. I feel like I would have hated that if that's what we actually spent our whole time in. But yeah, the ones that we went in were at least nice. They actually had like higher up ceilings. I think it went up to about almost 6 feet between the bed to the ceiling. Yeah, that was a premium one.
into Naylor. Took him no time at all on that one.
That time the defenders were a little lazy getting
Because
to him.
I know that there's like, yeah, there's the ones that you kind of, if you type in capsule hotel, you could definitely find the ones that are basically just glorified bunk beds, but in a tube.
Outside Pippen. Lets it go for
Tying thinking of you sleeping in a tube. Oh yeah, that was another thing that I was talking about with Jason was sleeping there, because yeah, it really was head on pillow at one end of capsule, feet touching the feet. I mean, I could kind of stretch out my feet a little bit, but I could, without having to like stretch too far, I could touch the other end of the capsule with my feet pretty easily.
and it's Duncan.
And yeah, he's like, I don't think I could do Japan. It's not built for a dude like me. And I'm like, I told him that he's kind of right, because he's a guy about the size of me, you know, 6'3", 6'2", 6'3", like big dude. And I'm like, yeah, there's a lot of things not built for me, but it's generally okay.
Dishes to Hardaway.
It's more like a box. Yeah, that's kind of
Stolen by Pippen. And they're on the break. Here's Van Exel. Can't get it to go. So Orlando
Someone dove.
rolling it the other
Someone
way.
had a hard
They get to
dive.
take on the Blazers at Portland
There you
Thursday.
go.
That is game 3 of this 4-game trip.
I know I'll be looking out for the final score in that Timberwolves game. That should be a close game.
There's a good screen. And
Ah,
Pippen gets
damn.
it to go.
And he came off that screen. The defense just couldn't get over the top.
Oh,
Beautiful
got
play.
away from him.
And
Got
without
away from
hands in
him.
his face, he's gonna bury those.
Count the bucket.
Perfect.
And the Magic lead
Can't
by
handle our
17.
speed.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come from the interior. This is
Oh
major
yeah,
smash mouth
they just
basketball, guys.
they just had something like what was it, a CDC advisory about not going on
Dish to Duncan.
not going on cruises,
Jackson on him.
and our
Call that
one of
time,
our
although we
big
have better than 2
supervisors,
chances at
one
the
of
free throw
our
line
like
here.
main supervisors at
Chance to
work,
catch up on some numbers
literally
here. The
just
scoring
left
breakdown for the Magic.
yesterday, or I guess this
Anytime you
morning,
get as many points in the
to go
paint
on
as
a
they
cruise.
have, you know you've got a good thing going, and you just want to keep it going.
Oh my
And that's
god.
helped with their passing game, too.
It's like, yeah, you should probably
A lot of
avoid
assists
cruises.
by
Like,
sharing
oh,
the
good.
ball and
We got
moving.
someone who works with us
Check in for
directly
Steven Jackson.
a couple days a week who
Sets. They wanna turn it
will be
around.
coming back
They
from
need a
one.
basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Boy, they've really dominated
Of course,
the
we will
glass.
all be
Of course,
extremely
they've done a lot of good
upset
things
if
here tonight,
he
but
ends up getting
rebounds
quarantined
played
for a
major
couple of
factor.
weeks and
Hey,
we don't
Steve,
see
you know,
him for
rebounding
a
always one of the
little
key
while.
barometers in determining the victory.
Here's Duncan.
Come on, he pump
Got a
faked.
touch on
There
the
you go.
finger roll. Beautiful.
So you're
Duncan's got
hiring.
16 points here in the second half.
Actually, yeah, there's a oh god. Yeah, there was I forget, it was the daughter of like a family friend who she's been looking for a job or some sort of way to make
Utah
money,
with the ball.
and she wants to get into nursing, which is a very noble. It's a very it makes good money too. The only downside is that she doesn't want to take out like student loans.
Pippen against Naylor.
So
Bibby.
her two options at this point is to find a way to afford the private college that you can go to, which is quite pricey, but almost pretty much guarantees you a solid job once you graduate. Or you could take the actually affordable option, but you have to be on a 2-year waiting list just to get into the school. Because it's the affordable option, so you get in well before you even try to get in, try to go to the school, because you'll be sitting on a waiting list for a little bit. Trying to get you on a cruise. Forever use this coronavirus as an excuse not to go. I will say I had a good experience when I went almost 2 years ago. But yeah, I told my friend, I'm like, this is probably about the only cruise I feel like going on, because I don't think it's going to do much better than I'm at this point. You know what? I'm up by 21. I usually do the old 20 points. There you go, 91-64. Who's the player of the game? I'm going to go with... Oh, it's definitely Duncan. Duncan's got 27 points. Definitely Duncan. There you go. All right. But it was fun, but I think also I got in a couple of extra places normal people don't get to go into, because I was going with a friend of mine who him and his... do I want to do... No. Him and his parents went all the time. And so they're like platinum or they're diamond members on Royal Caribbean. And I found out that there's a diamond lounge. And, oh God, the Knicks are... Huh. Who have the Knicks got on their team? Damon Jones, Allen Houston, Larry Johnson, Michael Smith, that's not... Maybe it's just in general they got a very deep team. That's all right.
This is the NBA on 2K Sports. Welcome, fans.
So they're like Royal Caribbean Diamond members, and I kind of... So he has a way to get into the special Diamond Lounge, which is really nice. But yeah, I just knew that I wouldn't be able to do that if I went again. It's like if I didn't go without, if I went without him, it wouldn't happen again, which wouldn't be too bad. But yeah, it's just, even at its cheapest, those like interior cheapo rooms, it's just, they're small, they're cramped, you don't see anything. I don't know, I didn't mind it, but yeah, I do like the fact that I spent, I was going to say I spent almost as much money. I definitely spent more money buying souvenirs and shit, but I spent my money instead on the Japan trip the next year, so there's no way McIlvain's going to properly defend me. There you go.
Well, there's no place like home, Kevin. It's always nice to be in familiar surroundings, around those that cheer for you, your family and friends. And home is home. There's no place like it.
Well, you're sleeping in your own bed.
I will say, one of the things I didn't think about, well, I kind of knew that I was going to need, but doing the flight to Tampa and back is one expense. But also the fact that because it's Tampa, I'm going to need some form of rental car, and that is pricey. Yeah, I just looked at it. I'm like, God damn, it's almost as much as it was one of those things where it's like, I probably wouldn't be taking this trip if I didn't have family in Florida that I could stay with, and I had to stay in like a hotel. I would not have wanted to spend that sort of money for a hotel either. I feel like the price of rental cars has gone up, because I definitely paid more this time around than, like, way more this time around than I did the last time 3 years ago when I went to 33. What made me want to go this year? just the fact that it's relatively cheap and easy to go. It's literally, it's not even about going to WrestleMania. I have no tickets to WrestleMania, and there's a good chance I won't even go. It's just sort of the surrounding shows, because the last time I went, I didn't have the last time I went 3 years ago. I didn't have hardly any time or money to really do anything. And I was staying with some family, and I literally only had like 4 days, I think, tops. Like, it was, I flew in, I think, like Thursday, I want to say. Might have even been Friday. God, I don't even remember now. No, I was able to get Thursday, Friday off, and I think I flew in Friday afternoon, and then Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday morning, like literally 6:30 a.m. Monday morning, I was on the flight back because I actually had to work at 3 p.m. that day. I could not even get that Monday off. I was working, I had Saturday, Sunday off at the time because I was working evenings. But I could get Thursday, Friday, but I couldn't get the following Monday, so I literally had to take a morning flight and get back to Des Moines at 10 a.m. and then sleep. And I hadn't slept all night. Like, I literally woke up that Sunday morning. I went to WrestleMania. I went to, I think it was a Pro Wrestling Revolver Wrestle Circus show after Mania. That went to like 3 in the morning. And then I took the drive from Orlando to Tampa to get back to the airport. Went to the wrong airport. I went to Tampa International instead of where I was supposed to go, Tampa St. Pete. And so I went to Tampa International, realized I was at the wrong airport, panicked, and floored it practically to Tampa St. Pete. This is all without sleep. And then got on my flight to Des Moines, and then got home at like 10 something. Took a shower and slept for 4 hours before I had to wake up and go to work. So needless to say, this time I actually managed to get like actual time off where I could actually just hang out with family, number one, and go to different shows, number two. So I wanted to actually experience the WrestleMania weekend shows this time, because I did not have money for that last time. I'm probably going to do Joey Janela's Spring Break, even if it's just a standing room ticket, because that's probably all I really... After spending the money on the Tokyo Joshi Pro Show, I'll probably just do standing room for Spring Break. And the jury's still out on whether or not I want to go to Bloodsport. That'd be the other show I would want to go to. Oof, this feels like a brutal game. Fair bit of fouls, can't seem to make a whole lot of anything. All right, baby. You got it. You got it. Nope, don't got it. Cool. Got it.
And that one's good. 8 points for him.
He presents a defender with a serious challenge, always.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here.
Well, he's watching his club miss a lot of shots that they normally make, and that has
Sorry,
to be
I'm trying to move my
frustrating.
microphone into a slightly more comfortable position.
Try to see if they can be more aggressive, get them to the
But yeah,
free throw line, maybe.
Sometimes
being able to do stuff like that. I don't even know like the WrestleMania access stuff or any of that stuff. I don't think I would even do that. But just all the little shows surrounding it. Why not? Good time we went 5 years ago. Wrestling's so much different now than just a few years ago. Yeah, I think that's why I'm not doing the WrestleMania thing, is because I've pretty much given up on WWE at this point. Like the fact that I took a nap earlier after work and woke up and I'm like, oh yeah, Elimination Chamber's a thing, isn't it? This shows you my priorities today. Is after I woke up from my nap, I cared not for what was happening at Elimination Chamber. I was more invested as to whether or not St. Louis won today, their XFL game, which they didn't, but that's okay. I was like, ooh, did the Battlehawks win? Oh, yeah, WWE's got a pay-per-view.
Dishes it to Henderson.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Pocket 6. Number 7. Their offense, stone cold. Another miss there. Back
All
to
right.
Bibby.
You got it.
This
You
one
got
for
it.
3. And again, it's Orlando with the 3.
And he's
All right,
someone
now we're
that
just
you have to
destroying
keep
them.
track of at all
I feel
times
like there's
because,
someone
you know,
missing.
even when he
The
doesn't have the ball,
Battlehawks win.
so
Lol.
without it, he's constantly a threat to
I'm
catch
pretty
and
sure I'm the
shoot.
only XFL fan
About his shooting. I mean,
um,
the fact that he copes with tight D better than
in
anyone
the
is something
in
to
my
make note
building.
of. His percentage stays the same, and if he's wide
You're
open,
also more
he's
invested in the XFL than WWE at this point.
And the scoring breakdown for the Magic.
It's fun.
Well, they've definitely
I told one of my friends, I'm like,
so far, always
because
nice to
I think he
start
was
out
talking about going to St.
The other
Louis.
thing they've had going for them tonight is their passing.
Just to
I mean,
kind of, because he's
doing a
never
nice
been
job.
there.
Plenty of their
I'm like, oh
points
yeah, I'd like to
early
go to
on
St.
coming
Louis.
off
We
the
should go to St.
bench.
Louis at some
The
point in the
Magic
next,
making
I don't
a
know,
switch here.
5 weeks. He's like, why? I'm like, it's a football game. And then I found out that his roommate actually went to the
Here's Brown.
first home game of the Battlehawks. I'm like, see, you can join us.
Bender. And
Oh my God, holy shit, that was great.
go to the line.
The fact that he made that.
Making a switch here.
And that was Bender, too. Bender he's not really all that insanely skilled. All I care about is if we get a video game. Yeah, I could see that. You know what's the sad part is I like to go on Operation Sports to just kind of see if there's anything new that pops up or anything kind of interesting. And I've noticed
From 10
that even though a physical copy just came out a few weeks ago and the game itself just came out a few months ago, there's more talk
48 left.
about a non-existent XFL 2K game than there is about Maximum Football 2019. I feel really bad. I kind of feel bad
They've made one basket after
'Cause
another since
they
getting
made an
started.
okay game.
Wonder
Okay.
is the blowout in
But
store.
there's more talk about a non-existent XFL game than Maximum Football.
And
I'm like,
so, here is New York. A 12-point
hopefully they'll
lead.
have a half-decent game next year.
Baston. Shot is off. And Orlando will come the other way.
And I want to say my my roommate told me, said something about that. He's like, isn't 2K like really isn't 2K almost as bad as EA? I'm like, yes and no. Yes, with the monetization and microtransactions, but if you buy NBA 2K, fundamentally as a game, it's still a very solid game. I kind of told him, I'm like, there's hardly anything better besides maybe the show as far as franchise mode goes than NBA 2K's My League and even My GM. That's about the closest you get. Like Madden, it's like night and day. Something like Madden or NBA Live compared to NBA 2K as far as that's concerned.
Pretty bad defense letting the
You
offense
saw-
get right to the rim, but, smart
I
play
did
to
see it on the
foul
shelf
once
of
he
my
was there.
GameStop. I decided to support it, so now I have a copy for Xbox One and PS4.
Well, solid numbers for this
I
club
want them to
from the
do
free throw
well.
line this
And,
season.
I said when I played Axis 19, one of the first things I said is like, I feel bad for the Axis guys because they made, even though they didn't seem to deal with the gameplay like at all in the last year, they did so good with the franchise that I felt bad because it's like Maximum took all the thunder of indie football games with the college dynasty aspect. And if Axis can just make like half decent on the field gameplay, they'll do really well in the next couple of years. I think they put out like a tweet a while back that said that they were redoing like their entire engine. Gary Payton in a Rockets uniform feels cursed. I'd say the same thing about McGrady, but he actually did play for the Spurs for like what, a partial season. I think McGrady played for the Spurs for like what, a month when they were doing their championship run
Defense was really impressive there, guys, in that first quarter.
against,
They
I think it was
came out
against the Heat,
focused right from the beginning.
because he was playing in China, and I think they picked up McGrady from China, and he played during the playoffs, I think.
You know, even from here, you could see that
Sent
one
you a
pretty
copy of
clearly.
last year's games to the good people. Yeah.
And a good call by the official.
I mean, both of them, both games, you know, they're not bad, but yeah, I need to learn Axis customization, because they really the last couple of years their customization I've gotten a hang of, and this year with the customization they changed kind of how the textures and everything look, and I never really got around to figuring it out, because I'm like, I really enjoy the franchise, the franchise and dynasty that they've created, but yeah, they need to just get the on the field gameplay
They have to
dealt
mix it
with,
up defensively. That was
and then
just
they'll
too
be
easy.
fine.
Feeds to Hardaway. Lewis on the way. Three-pointer. Moves back up. And Hardaway gets it to go.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A
Nick
hustle play
Green,
on the putback by
A+.
him.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, I was gonna say I should not buy too many games coming up because TEW is coming out, but
Bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a three-point play.
there's at least a small possibility I won't have to worry about that.
You know, I thought this was the play, the kind of play they needed in the
There's
first
a
quarter, but
there's a small
as I always like to
possibility
say, it's better
I
late
won't
than
have to
never.
worry too much
Knicks
about
making a switch here.
about
Henderson's checked in.
buying the game.
And we play just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter.
Oh,
Some
oh,
nice
oh.
ball movement by the Magic. The kick out to Brown. Hardaway.
All right, what do you got? He's sticking with me.
Outside Hardaway.
He's sticking with me.
And it's blocked
Oh
by
my
Johnson.
goodness. Oh, they just killed me.
Houston, the pass to Henderson. Kicks to Johnson. The feed to Henderson. Back to Johnson.
I will say it's always kind of
Bucket six.
it's always kind of I don't know how to explain it. Sad? Is it funny sad? Sad funny?
Led by as many as
That
14 points.
anytime I
Outside
see something about Gridiron
Gives a great
Champions,
pass. And the shot
it's
is
like
good.
it's funny.
And the
It's
Magic
funny
lead
and
by
sad
9.
at the same time.
So good at recognizing where
Whenever
the
I see
openings
anything
are and
about
getting the ball to the rim.
whenever I see anything about Gridiron Champions,
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second
there was
quarter.
so much hype.
Magic making a switch here.
I don't think they've officially said anything since like September.
Thomas sets a screen for Johnson.
The one where they stole folks' money. Yes, basically,
Flushed down with a nice
allegedly.
I like that they're taking it inside.
Apparently, they're still making a game, but the people who own the money don't know how to code a game, and they haven't hired anyone who actually can code a game. So, makes things a little bit worse.
As good a job offensively as we saw. The defensive presence was almost non-existent.
I feel like that's why I put some money into Maximum. It's like, here, this is money I was gonna give Gridiron Champions at one point, but because you actually made a physical game and you actually made a game that has a college dynasty, even if it's kind of shit, it exists.
They've been so calm,
Football.
cool, and
I heard that Football History game actually has some level of development going on.
And let's see this
I want to say there was something about that.
fire at the charity stripe for all of the past month.
Don't quote me on it, but I want to, because I think he got around to like trying to make some sort of game. Like there's very basic fundamentals to it, but the first time I ever heard about it, it was literally, I think people figured out that it was literally like footage put through like an oldie time filter of like NCAA football 11.
Johnson with the assist that time.
They've been showing off still pics for 3 years or something. Okay. I thought there was like actual video recently that I had seen from one guy who kind of talks about it. But that might have been something else where someone was doing actual development on it. But yeah, I want to say there was one dude who was doing something similar to that, and it was literally just like an oldie, like a film grain filter over NCAA 11 footage. Yep. I think in my last stream I talked about Pro Wrestling X, which is another sadness in and of itself. I just found out. Apparently there's someone else making an indie wrestling game, which will make me laugh out loud if they manage to finish it before Pro Wrestling X does. Because I was just talking about it because I had read the most recent like little newsletter, which wasn't hardly anything. It was basically Dave just going, we're having to rebuild the engine again. This is what, the 5th time in the 18 years it's been in development.
Some of the stats for Tim Burton, 4th in blocks. He was 9th in shooting percentage.
So yeah, it's well, we have to redo the engine again. But it's going to be amazing, and it's going to be so much. It's going to make the game so awesome. And Matt Dickey won a YouTube award, and congrats to Matt Dickey for not dealing with asshole pussy trolls. It really came off so bitter. Oh man, I want to pull it up again just to re-quote it, because it was literally PWX Dave just going, yeah, he didn't bow down to pussy trolls, and I know what that's like to have people tell you to give up and never giving up. And it's like, oh, good Lord, man. It's like, dude, people who are doing actual No Mercy mods are doing more in a video game than you at this point.
There is no way a player like him can be left wide open like that. Did you pay attention to the scouting report?
I wanna take I'm surprised there isn't Twitter accounts. Maybe someone should start Twitter accounts of stuff like this where they talk about these games, where it's like, is it still released yet? There should be a competition between Pro Wrestling X and Yandere Simulator as to who's actually going to release first. The answer is neither. Who's going to have something beyond a working alpha? There we go.
Duncan's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Bender.
Oh, Bender's probably not going to be able to make that. That's all right. Hey, oh, damn it. Was he getting money from the Canadian government to continue to make that? Because I know he got a lot of money out of the Kickstarter, and I didn't give to the Kickstarter because Pro Wrestling X has been just around for so unbelievably long that it was like, I should probably see an actual product first. Hi, Syfy, what's up? Syfy, Siffy. Built off grant money. So you're saying that he has built this game off of the original set of money on pre-orders from back in the mid-2000s, Canadian grant money, Kickstarter, because he made hundreds of thousands of dollars on Kickstarter as well, and also Steam, like Steam Early Access. That is a lot of money. I actually saw the page where the Steam Greenlight page for it, where they entered early access in mid 2014. It was like June 2014 or it was sometime in 2014 that they entered early access. I'm like, no game should be in early access for 6 years if it's not going to be a goddamn masterpiece. Oh. Hey, there we go.
Alston's got his third
They've
basket
changed
of the
dev
night
team
right there.
members a few times. That makes sense.
Repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys.
People are just like, yeah, no,
Sure has,
I'm not doing
Mark.
this.
I mean, with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, they really haven't had to do much on the perimeter.
Number 14.
There you go.
Shot is off.
There you go.
Great defense that time from Horace Grant.
Such a solid performance for them inside. Their rebounding has been terrific.
Yeah, that's just one of the few things that have gone their way today.
All right. Up. That's cool.
3 seconds.
Whatever.
The shot clock and game clock. Pass to Buckner.
Yeah, it's been watching my YouTube for years. Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
And that one's good.
Man, how about the dexterity for this big guy? I mean, he is
We're just busy shitting on indie developers
Bibby kicks to
who
Alston.
promise and then don't deliver games. Ah, damn it.
In time, but it's off the mark. So we've reached
TW have a release date yet? In the latest thing, the latest like journal entry, he said he's still on for April. I think he said mid to end April, somewhere in the second part of it. Because there are a lot of people saying, oh, it's probably going to be June or July, is what it seems closer to. But he reiterated, I think, in his latest journal that it's definitely going to be sometime in April, unless something big happens. Deserve ourselves. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. We're heading into March, so that'll help. That's generally my biggest month for subscribers, because what happens is pretty much every year people will seek out college hoops videos because of March Madness. 11 months out of the year, people forget that college basketball exists, and then in March I get a bunch of people watching my college hoop stuff because they're like, oh yeah, that's a thing. I've had people who watched my stuff and then stopped watching, and then they came back like 2-3 years later and found out that I was still doing it because I'm like 14 seasons into my college hoops thing. They're like, oh man, I can't believe you're still doing this. I'm like, yeah. I don't know what that says about me. I'm not doing anything of any real substance.
A view of the skyline over Los Angeles, California, as we welcome you back.
Beautiful New York City, Los Angeles. I think there's something in Red MC to change that too. Because whenever we have a home game in Orlando, it says we're in Dallas.
Checking out the group for Flip Saunders to start the second half. Bibby dishes to
There you
Hardaway.
go. There you go.
That's Bibby with the assist that time. Bibby's got his 4th assist with that last one here.
Yeah, I finally got off my ass. And, well, actually, I sat on it. But I finally stopped being lazy and actually made a hype video. Because every year when I do my anniversary shows, I like to do hype videos. And this year in particular, I don't know what it was, but forever I just didn't do anything. Because it's like every week I had the ability to do it. I just didn't get around to like making a video for like a match. And I finally last week did one. And I'll probably do another one some point pretty soon. Because it's just like, I knew once I actually like got into it, once I got into the groove of actually getting clips and editing it and putting all the stuff into it, I would be fine. It's just I actually had to like just once I had the momentum going, I'd be okay. I just needed to get the motor running and starting on down the hill. Why aren't I doing anything in 2K20? I don't have a copy of 2K20. This is actually the first year in like 10 years that I have not bought an NBA 2K game. Yeah, it's just I would have actually stopped after 18, but 19 actually introduced quite a few things in the My League and My GM. Then I went, okay, because they introduced like the mentor system and like a bunch of other things that I'm like, okay, that actually looks really cool. They added some new cool stuff to My League. And they pretty much said nothing this year. And anything that I'd seen about it doesn't look like they really changed anything, and they really added anything. So I didn't feel the need to spend $60 on a game that was going to be fundamentally the same as what I had bought the previous year. I did almost buy it, and I'm still considering it because I think it's like it might be off sale now, but I think the PC version, there's some version of it for like $20 recently. I can get the Switch version for $30, but I want to say the PC version was on Steam for like $20, and I considered it. But I was like, you know what? I'm probably not going to do anything of too much substance on it, so I'm heavily invested at this point in learning how to modify 2K14. I might as well just keep doing that. Ugh.
Here's Duncan. Tries again. And that one goes in.
Hey.
It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
WWE games has been kind of the same way. This is I feel like that's the monumental. It feels monumental to not have bought the game day one, because it's been like a day one purchase since 2K10. NBA has. WWE's been a little bit different, and I stopped after 18, so I didn't get 19 or 20, and it really sounds like I dodged a bullet and not getting 20 at all. But yeah, 2K was one of those where it was like, it felt weird because I'd always gotten it like day one, like either a midnight release or something along those lines. That one year where you could spend the extra, where you could get like the gold edition for like $100 and play the game 4 days early. Scorch the Earth with WWE 2K2. I heard they just did some new DLC. Wasn't it like a what was it, like a Southpaw? They did like a Southpaw thing. But like they didn't do any of the, but from what it looked like, they didn't do any of the characters that people know, even if they're actually kind of still there. They just did like a bunch of weird characters. WWE games stopped being good after 13. Yeah. I liked 2K14 for 360 and PS3. I don't know. No, they didn't do like the like NBA where they did a new gen version. But yeah, I actually have a copy of, what was it, WWE 2K17 for the PS3, because I just thought the sheer idea of having it, and it still plays like 2K14 does, just, you know, updated rosters and stuff. That's about all they did. I actually at my local game shop, I almost bought it because it was like $20, I think. But I actually saw a copy of NBA 2K18 for the PS3. I'm like, dude, I've heard so much about how little of a damn they give about about the NBA 2K games once it moved over to the next gen. Once like 2K15 came out, they were just all in over there. And I'd seen some footage of 2K18, and it really just looks like 2K14 with like new rosters and everything. But I almost felt like getting it just for the sake of having that. Where it's just like, yeah, that's a thing that exists that I can own. I almost did the same thing with, I think it was MLB The Show 16 for PS3, except they wanted like $35 for it. I'm like, yeah, you know what? Maybe I don't want that.
I'll be looking forward to seeing how that Phoenix game turns out for sure.
That's good from Horace Grant.
Look at the free throw percentage, unblemished since halftime, Clark. That's pretty nice.
I'd go
nice.
than that, Steve. How about perfect? And Orlando making a change.
Now we're up by 20. I'm at least going to get to the fourth quarter. We'll see where we're at the end of this quarter, and then I'll just be done. Because we're just kind of annihilating them right now. They're supposedly like a 90, 91 overall team. They're supposed to be only slightly worse than we are.
They've shown effort and aggression in the paint right from the tip. Their rebounding edge is impressive.
And I'll tell you what, they've turned a lot of those rebounds into points at the other end.
Yep.
He kicks it to Bibby.
I actually saw, I think it was for 2K20. Someone did, someone on YouTube actually did the XBA thing that I was doing for like NBA 2K18 and 19, which it's not like I'm doing something super innovative. It's like, hey, it's like the XFL but with the NBA. But someone actually, I did see someone actually do the entire custom league thing. But it's a little bit different because he actually fantasy drafted all the players instead of what I did, which was take out any player that was like decent, that was above like 76 overall. And then I actually turned down the draft class quality so that you wouldn't really get hardly anybody that was all that good. You would get the occasional star, but that was about it. Like the MVP of the league was like Greg Monroe.
No good from Houston.
It's just been a brutal outing for him. He still hasn't managed to make a shot, and the team is struggling because of it.
Oh, that's just a long two for no good reason.
He's got 21.
MLB 16 is the last. Yeah, that's why I figured it was probably 35.
It's been off the charts.
I thought about it. I was actually looking for a copy of I was looking for a copy of two different games. NCAA Football 14, because I have a copy on my Xbox, but I wouldn't mind it on my PS3, because I can actually attach it more to my hard drive rather than like the idea of possibly losing a disc in the future. Just like having a second copy on a different system is probably nice, just in case anything happens to my 360 or the disc that I have. But they didn't have that. And I also looked for All Pro Football 2K8, because that's another one that I also have a copy on the 364, but would like a PS3 copy. But I want to say one of my local GameStop still has one. It was really weird. I think one of my local GameStops said that they have a copy in stock for like $3. So I might have to look again and make sure that it's there and then grab it. There was one point, like I think it was about 3 years ago, that I was looking for a copy, I think it was an Xbox copy, 360 copy of NHL 2K10, because I'm like, I don't know where my old copy went when it was still like kind of new, but it just sort of disappeared. So I was looking for other copies, and GameStop had it for 99 cents. But I literally spent more money on gas to go there and back, because I actually had to go back I actually had to go back at one point because they gave me a copy. Okay, so I'm trying to remember. They gave me a copy of, oh God, what was it? It was NHL 2K10 case, but it was EA's NHL 10 disc. And then I went back, and they changed out the case for whatever reason, and they gave me the NHL 10, EA's NHL 10 case, but the NHL 2K10 game. And I'm just like, whatever, this is the game that I asked for, so. So I just have a 360 copy of NHL 2K10 sitting on a shelf here, just in an EA NHL 10 case. Like, whatever. It's the proper game, at least. I know here talk about does NCAA XBA Europe League on NBA 2K20. Okay. Yeah, it seemed kind of cool, because I'm like, oh, it's kind of cool someone took the time to make a custom league. Now, I don't know if he made his own logos or found them or whatnot. If he made his own logos, he's definitely better than me, because I just whip shit up on. I literally just whip shit up on Photoshop in not a whole lot of time. Just slap stuff together that looks kind of decent. And
Puts
So yeah,
up
we'll
the
see.
baby hook. No
Do
good.
face cam someday. I actually do have a webcam because I think at one point when Ring Fit Adventure was new, I was gonna play it on stream, and I don't know why. I just kind of thought better of it.
Henderson defending.
Probably because ain't no one want to see that. Ain't no.
Backing down. Shot clock at 3.
Just shoot over him.
And
It's
he was
Jim
fouled on the way up.
McIlvaine.
2 free throws now for him.
We've seen Tim Duncan getting it done. 8 rebounds, and he's done his job at the
How good has Duncan done? Oh God, everyone's. I was just about to say. I just wanted to see how much the.
Get yourself there first.
Let's see. The XBA made all custom designs. Yeah, I saw a lot of the. I saw all the custom. I'm like, oh, those are really good, actually good logos compared to some of the shit that I did. I'm like, I didn't spend all that much time doing it.
Pass to Henderson. Some nice passing by New York here.
To be fair, I think when it comes to stuff like that, like when we like, I think when TEW 2020 comes out, I'll spend some time on like skins and stuff. I'll do design. I think it depends on how much passion I have for the game,
So in the game for the Magic,
how much time I'm willing to invest outside of it.
Duncan right side.
Because I probably spent like 1,000 hours on TEW
Brown making the play.
Right back
at
you.
least,
They immediately get
and
those
then
3
God knows
points
how
back.
much more in Photoshop for stuff for TEW. it's bad.
The pass to Henderson.
I feel like I'm almost glad that the official version isn't on Steam, so it doesn't keep track of how long something's been open, because it'd probably be a while.
Into the fourth quarter now. Lewis, Henderson defending. Lewis dishes to Duncan. Backs in.
Tough break for the defense. He took the heat. and
Jesus.
threw the whistle.
Yep, but when you get there late, that's what happens.
So a new group on the floor for Orlando.
Oh yeah, I didn't even realize that. I completely forgot about that. Thanks. I'm just like, oh yeah, that's right. I said I was gonna get to the end of the third quarter, and then I didn't even think about it. All right, Sharif got the player of the game. That's good. Yeah, that's. I mean, we won by almost 30. That's helpful. Just turn on the music for that. All right, how far am I gonna go? We're gonna go past the Golden. Oh no, that's not what I want. We're gonna go past the Golden State game. Whoops. Let me recheck the Phoenix game. Yeah, 24-8. They're about as good as we are. They're doing about as good as we are. That's probably a prime game right there. There's probably not a lot of teams left with single-digit losses. I should probably do that game next. Yeah. Yeah, it's literally just us two. It's literally just the Magic and the Suns. So that's probably where we'll stop there, at least for games. But I still have my development drills. What do I need? What was I going to do? Duncan? Oh, who's it going to do? Oh, Pfizer. Pfizer was definitely one of them. And I don't know beyond that. Shaman Williams? I could. How long do I have him for? He's got a year left. 2 years, technically. But he's not loyal. He's already planning on leaving. I don't think I want to spend time on him. But then again, Pfizer, I think, is the same way. That's why I like to try to keep guys like, well, he's not loyal, but a guy like Penny and Sharif and Tim Duncan. Oh, can I do a contract extension for Duncan? Hey, all right, all right. Oh, God, yeah. Guys got to get paid this year. I actually lost twice. I think I lost on the 1st of December. So, yeah. I still did really well. So, I'm happy about that. Oh, he's 27. Can I... Oh, God. If I can avoid not having to pay him $19 million in the future, I'll pay him... Oh, I can't. Really? That's all I can do? How about okay, he wants a long contract too, so all right. I guess I gotta do a backloaded contract. Why? I have cap space. Let me put money out on there. Let me give money. I could do the bird. No, I'm not gonna do the bird. That's just too much money to give out like 5 years, because I'm gonna regret that in 5 years if I do that. See, why does it max out at? That's a shame. Right about there. There you go. You make an even $20 million on your 5th year. 5 years, $89 million. Which, needless to say, is a bargain for a guy like Duncan. Because how much am I? Yeah, he's 6 years, 94. Let me see here. He's going to make 16, 17, 18, 19. Sharif is making about that much as well. Penny's making even more. He's going to be making $21 million at the end of his contract. So Penny was even pricier than Duncan. Not by much, but by a little. Yeah. So this is one of those big reasons why I can't afford to keep Mike Bibby around once his contract comes up. That's not happening. Where was Lee Nalen? See, he's still. Oh, dude. I'll have to consider where Nalen's at if he wants to. He's not loyal, so. But he says he'll re-sign with the team when his contract's over. Because right now it's either going to be Nalen or Pfizer who's going to be like my starting power forward for the next several years. Scott Padgett's not too bad either. Is he a bit more loyal? No. I don't have any loyal forwards. Nobody's gonna stick around. That's all right. Let's do some developmental drills and then I can be done. Pfizer. Let's do Pfizer. This is gonna go terribly. This is going to go horrifically, like it always does. Because for some reason, they decide to pair him up with Penny Hardaway, who's like God shoot. Come on. He's not a mid-range shooter. There you go. All right. Oh, boy, he's going to start taking some of these. Come on, give me. Yeah, there you go. Give me a little bit of luck. All right, just start dominating the inside here. Just start stealing everything here. Because he'll start coming in. Come on. But you gotta at least make it. That's the key thing here. I have to make him. I have to make them. Make shot, please. Uh-oh. If he's stealing my mid-ranges, that's going to be much worse. Damn it. Grab, go. There you go. Take a spot you already own. All right. Damn it. Come on. Damn it. All right. I got it. Damn. Great. That means I've got really shit three-point shot and really shit consistency, so that's going to help. Who else? Duncan? All right. You know what? Yeah. Duncan's already a 99 mid-range, but I bet you we can upgrade that three-point. Can you imagine Tim Duncan being a post and rebounding force who can also shoot the three? That's scary to think about. Let's see. Hey! Because, yeah, even if they start losing a lot of their skills as they get older, like if you're a 99 mid-range shooter, like you're gonna do well even in your old age. Look at Dirk Nowitzki. All right, I gotta line up these shots well and make sure I actually. Oh my God, I'm not panicking because I still got a minute left, but he's got to make these shots. There you go. Come on. All right, you're a 99 mid-range shooter. You got to make these. Oh, he's stealing that. No, dude, you got to make them now. Now's the time to be making these shots. Now's the time to be making the shots. Oh, dude, he's stealing all my spots. Grab a ball and go. Dickhead, go. Oh, my God. I don't think it's going to happen. See, this is what happens. It's like, oh, yeah, shooting, but you have to face off against you're the best shooter on the team. Come on. Go. Go, go, go. What? You fuck. Go. Grab ball, go. Grab ball, go. Fuck. Yep, I'm not doing it. I'm not making it. Damn. You gotta make those early shots, and he kind of failed a lot of those early shots. He made a couple, but then Penny just went and stole them, and that was that really sealed my fate right there. Should I do Nailin then? Just as a potential, I should probably do Nailin. Just as a potential guy who could be my power forward with the future. I keep saying that like one of those two is going to be it, but then it might just be Duncan when I eventually get to sign when I eventually get Kwame Brown. Kwame Brown's he's gonna be my guy, even though he's a center. So Duncan will take the power forward. We need our star center, and it'll be Kwame after this season. I'm pretty sure he's like really garbage stats, like realistically garbage stats to what he really is. So, all right, Nailin did extremely good. Nailin did extremely good. And now I'm forcing Penny to take inside shots, which is where we can easily take stuff back. So that's helpful. There you go. There you go. We got it. Just hold what I'm doing now. Ah, Lord. Come on. You got... Ah, damn it. Damn it. That really sucked. Alright. Just take back what you got. Just... What? Excuse me? I was in the zone. Ah, now he's fucking it up. Hey, grab a ball. That's alright. We still got it. Alright. I'll take that. I'll take that. That was really good. Alright. So there you go. 25-7. We're on a 1. Oh my god. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 game winning streak. In fact, we've won 13 of our last 15 games. We lost 2 games to the Bulls already. Jesus. But yeah, we've won 13 of our last 15 games, including 8 in a row. Wait, 9 in a row. So, pretty good to say the least. So, we got a big game going up against Phoenix, who's the only other team who has single-digit losses. So, there you go. Development drills did pretty... I'm going to resave just to make sure. Development drills did pretty okay, too. So, I'm happy about that. Couldn't quite get Duncan up there, but that's okay. So we're doing pretty good, and we're officially in 2001. We'll be able to skim past a lot of the month coming up here, thanks to Phoenix. Yeah, a lot of games here that aren't going to mean a whole lot so we can probably get up right up to the Houston game next time. 2K5, yeah, I think it's time for that. So there you go. I'll be playing something else here on stream for you guys here live. If you're watching this on YouTube, this will be the end of this video. So I thank you so much for continuing to watch. I greatly appreciate it. And I will see you next time.